Welcome to the Midwest, home to centuries of farmers and farming equipment. Here in Iowa, we share the road with farm machinery despite the speed and size differences. Pete, what's a general rule of thumb when you want to get around farm machinery on the road?
The rule that, in my opinion, should always be followed is to slow down to the same speed that the farm machinery is going before you make the decision to pass. And you can see it. I mean, when you're coming up on slow-moving equipment on a county road, you can catch up to them real fast and pass them in a heartbeat. But in a small percentage of cases, that ends up being a problem, and that's why you need to slow down to the same speed that vehicle's going before you pass it.
Now, is there a specific law that talks about these county roads and perhaps the intersections, anything like that?
There is, and it's really important to know because, as most of us know, in Iowa there's a gravel road every mile.
Right.
And it is illegal to pass within 100 feet of an intersection anywhere out on the road, and that includes gravel roads. So if you're going down the highway and you pass that farm equipment, I mean, there are multiple reasons why not to do it, but if you're passing that farm machinery within 100 feet of the intersection, you've just committed a violation of the law. I mean, that's the technical legal reason not to do it, but the other reason is if you're passing close to or within an intersection of a slow-moving piece of equipment and it starts to turn left and you're going highway speed and he's not, you got a major problem on your hands. So you're not only likely going to crash into that vehicle and suffer horrible injuries, but you're going to be at fault for the entire thing as well.
Let's say you get up close within 100 feet of the intersection. You know, you're 100 feet away from the intersection, farm machinery is going slowly, you decide to make the pass, and they take a left right into you. How does that affect your ability to recover?
You're not going to recover. You're going to be, if not 100% at fault, damn near 100% at fault. Your pass has to be completed before 100 feet from the intersection. If you're in that zone and you're passing, you're going to be found mostly at fault for that crash and you're not going to be able to recover.
So if you started the pass like 200 feet out from the intersection, and by the time you complete the pass, you're only 90 feet away from the intersection and you get hit, you violated the law.
That's right. But you know, there are other practical things that you got to be worried about because, I mean, while you will be assigned most of the fault if you're passing too close to an intersection, there are other places that you need to be aware that that slow-moving equipment might turn. For example, if you're coming up on a farmyard,
sure,
that vehicle may be turned into the farmyard. Or if you're coming up on a field drive, that vehicle may be turned into the field drive. So this is why I say slow down to the same speed that the farm equipment is moving. Look around, see, is there a farm drive? Is there a field entry? Is there an intersection? And if any of those three things are there, wait until you're past it before you pass that farm equipment, because let's assume, for example, that it's a entry into a field and you pull up and you think it's safe and you go whipping around and then he turns in front of you.
Right.
Now it comes down to, did he signal? Where were you when you started the pass? I mean, and you're going to have all kinds of things you have to deal with. And again, I mean, we're on motorcycles.
Right.
These guys are driving huge farm equipment. I mean, who's what degree at fault is really a secondary consideration here, because if that farm implement turns in front of you on your motorcycle, chances are you're going to get killed.
Right.
So again, slow down to the same speed as the farm equipment. Look to see, is there a farmyard drive? Is there a field entry? Is there an intersection? If any of those three things are present, wait till you're past it before you make your pass.
And I mean, this is a farming state. So the next time you're on the road and impatient with the pace of a farmer in front of you, make sure you remember these rules. Now that you know how to safely pass farmers, save our number in case you get in a crash. Now, click over here to learn one simple thing that you can do to prevent those crashes.